Well, in my opinion, I truly believe, especially the second yell for help, that was like a yelp. It was excruciating. I really felt it was the boy's voice.
With me again, Faith Jenkins, former criminal prosecutor, and Yamiche Alcindor, national reporter for USA Today. Faith Jenkins, that was very powerful testimony today from Jane Sadeka. She made that 911 call to police, looking out her window, describing what she had seen. What's the significance of her testimony? Is the primary value of it to the prosecution her belief that that was Trayvon Martin's voice screaming?
Yes, and the primary value is really the 911 call that's actually in evidence now, because on that call, she is actually witnessing events and describing them to the operator what she's seeing. She's saying, I heard someone yelling for help. I should have helped him. I wish I could have. I don't have a gun. I can't believe he shot him. Why would he kill someone? Why would he shoot him? And the inference there is she's referring to Trayvon, the person who's been shot and killed lying on the ground, and George Zimmerman, the person who she describes walking around now and standing up outside.
Let's listen to some of that 911 call that went into evidence today.
So is the person that you see laying down on the street or in the grass?
No, on the grass. Oh my God. People are coming. I think there's another gentleman with a flashlight. I don't know if the police know. Oh my God, he shot the person. He just said he shot the person. I can't believe someone is killed. He was saying help. Why didn't someone come out and help him?
Listen, we don't know if they've been killed, okay? We know they've probably...
He just said he shot him. Yes, the person is dead, laying on the grass. Oh my God, why would somebody kill someone like that?
Yamiche Alcindor, this is a witness who, as far as we know, we haven't seen this jury, you have, is someone who is very similar to the jury. The jury is a panel of 5 white women and another woman. Did she have a clear connection to this jury?
I can't say she had a clear connection to the jury. I can say that the jury was definitely paying attention to her. They were definitely, again, really looking intently. When the 911 call was played, they were listening, but they were also looking at her reaction because she looked very upset. And in that moment when that 911 call was played, everyone in the courtroom kind of quieted down because she was describing being shaking. She was describing being terrified. And on the stand, the jury really looked at her and could feel in that moment what she felt, I think, just by looking at her and just by seeing her reaction to the 911 call being played again.
All right, let's listen to the cross-examination on her testimony.
I'm talking about your assumption, though. As you explained later what you saw, even as perhaps you were explaining to the 911 operator, oh my God, someone's dead, why would somebody do that? Why didn't somebody help? I don't have a gun. All of that was based upon your assumption that it was the person on the ground who had died that was the one yelling for help.
I thought from the voice that it was the one yelling for the help was the boy that was dead.
Yes. But you'd never heard Trayvon Martin's voice before in your life?
I heard it when I opened the window, and they were... I heard it when I opened the window, and then I was hearing the voices. I heard 2 voices.
Had you ever heard George Zimmerman's voice in your life?
No.
So when you say you heard Trayvon Martin's voice before, you're saying that it was your opinion that you were listening to his voice as the softer of the 2 in the argument?
Yes.
Faith, did the defense score any points there?
Well, they're trying to show, how can you know for sure? How can you be so sure? You were under the stress and emotion of this event, and you're really not sure. She's such a critical ear witness. They have to go after her in that manner. But the state is going to come back and argue, on this 911 call, she is convinced that the person who was yelling for help was killed. That's the person who was yelling for help.
And Yamiche, this jury looks at this woman and has to say to themselves, why would she be saying anything other than what she truly believes based on what she heard?
That's true. The jury would really have to look at her and think, okay, this lady's making up the story, and that all the things that she said, that all the emotion in that 911 call, that she was just wrong. And that's something that they might, that's a conclusion that they might come to. But what I can tell you is that the jury, I think, was really moved by her. I think everyone in the courtroom was really moved just by the fact that she experienced this event. We all write about it, we all hear about it, we all think about it. But this woman's experienced the event, and she described shaking. She described just how horrible it was. And I think the jury, they understood that. They understood what she had gone through.
Yeah, and they could see her going through it in some sense again when that call was being played. I want to go back to a piece of Rachel's testimony where she explained on cross-examination why she thought she might not have to be involved in this case at all, and it was based on what she's learned about investigations from TV shows. Let's listen to that.
Well, you thought then that somebody at some point would figure that out with the cell phones and then contact you?
Yes. That's not what officers do. Do you watch First 48?
I didn't hear you.
Do you watch First 48? They call the first number that the victim talked to.
What? I'm sorry, the First 48?
A show. First 48. When a victim died, they called the number that the victim called before, and they didn't call my number, so. And they had already got the person, so case closed, I thought.
Faith, because they didn't call her number, since hers was she knew would be the one on Trayvon Martin's phone, she thought, hey, I'm not involved in this thing.
Rachel comes across as very real, authentic, and unfiltered in a way that I think will actually help this case. A lot of people were criticizing her demeanor today. She has a little bit of an edge, a little bit of an attitude, but one of the first things you're taught as a prosecutor, you take your witnesses as you find them. They come from all different backgrounds, educational levels, ages, socioeconomic groups, but that's the real world, and this is the real world, and these are witnesses from the real world, and I think she comes across as very authentic as you witnessed in that.
And intensely shy. You could tell that this was just not anything like her element, and she didn't want to be there. I don't think there was any adult in the room who couldn't comprehend that. Faith Jenkins and Yamiche Alcindor, thank you both very much for joining me tonight.
Thank you.